Good with y'all boys, man. It's your boy Stretch. Y'all already know we're gonna be talking about one light setups, man. One light setups are perfect, they're amazing. They're literally all you need in order to get great quality images, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be teaching you how to do it for headshots, regular shots, and honestly, that's honestly about it, because you know what I'm saying, everything else is pretty much situational. So right now, I have it set up for headshots. I have a regular clamshell reflector right here. All of this stuff is gonna be linked inside of this Patreon somewhere. I like to use a clamshell reflector. My favorite reflector to use for sure though is a regular circle reflector, but right now it is on gold. I have to flip this and I don't feel like flipping this right now. So we're just gonna use the clamshell. The reason why you use reflectors and all this and that is because you wanna catch light in the eye and you wanna light up the shadows underneath their face. Because as you can see, with one light setups, you only literally have one light. Technically, the reflector is the second light as well because it's gonna bounce the light and cause more light to happen, you know what I'm saying, everywhere else in the photo. But we're only using one softbox for this, and it's gonna be aiming straight down onto our face, which is gonna cover like pretty much all the middle. So like, a trick I like to do when I'm doing stuff like this, man, to make sure I got the most perfect lighting possible, I like to take my strobe, I like to set it on continuous light, and I like to cut the lights off in the studio, so I'm gonna be right back. As y'all can see, camera in the back. So, like I was saying, don't pay attention to that camera in the back. That's the studio camera. I don't feel like messing with it right now. But this is usually how it goes when I like to see what my light is gonna be hitting. So as you can see, this light tells me everything that is gonna be hitting in the shot that when I'm about to take the photo when I turn the lights off, because literally there's no other lights other than that backlight right there, but that's not really affecting too much. There's no other lights but that light and this main light right here. So as you can see, looking into her eyes, look straight at me, Kennedy. So as you can see the catch light that's going on in her eyes right now. This is the reflector that's right up underneath her, which is causing that catch light, which gives that little glare, little tone into our pupils. And that's what people want to see when they're, you know, looking at headshots, looking at any pictures in general, because that's what's really gonna set the tone for the photo. Because when you're looking at a photo, the pupils matter a lot, especially in headshots, man. You don't want a lifeless photo. You want to look like you have life in you. You want to look like you're an actual person on the screen, whichever they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the time when I am doing this, I would use this 7-foot parabolic big ass umbrella. This is literally all I use in the studio, but we're gonna talk about that in another video. This video, I'm just gonna use a regular softbox to show you guys that you don't really need this, you feel me? I'm showing y'all what you can make do with the smallest amount of things you have. I think that's like a 28, 32-inch beauty dish. I don't know for sure. It's kind of more deeper parabolic, but you know what I'm saying? You can use any beauty dish, any parabolic dish, any type of softbox that you really have to do this. I prefer this, but like I said, I'm showing y'all how to do this because this is what majority of people will have. If you watch my Instagram videos and all this and that, I'm always gonna expose for the background first, and then I'm gonna expose for my lighting. But I've been doing this for so long, I don't have to do that anymore. I know the exact settings I need to go to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all the cheat code for what I do. I'm using the 105.4, regular Sony a7 III. Like I said, links to all this will be in the bio. Camera doesn't matter too much when it comes to this, you feel me? You can do this with a Canon Rebel T6, Canon Rebel T7, Panasonic, Fujifilm, you can do it with all those cameras, bro. I know tons of shooters that literally have lines of cameras and they literally do the same. I ain't gonna say the same exact type of quality, but they produce great images with every camera they have. I like to make sure my f-stop is always higher than normal. So outside, I'll keep my f-stop lower, but inside in the studio, I'll keep my f-stop higher. So outside, I'll probably shoot, outside, this lens never goes off of 1.4. Inside, this lens always at 5.0 or above. Not gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna say I've never, but I don't prefer shooting under 5.0. Because I like to get more detail. I don't like too much blurriness going on in the photo in the studio. Every time in the studio, I never change my settings unless it's like a complex shoot, but I'm trying to teach y'all how to get them in and get them gone. So this is what we're doing. Shutter speed 100, f-stop 8.0, ISO 100. That should just produce a great image for your headshots. So with these settings, I like to keep my light power around like 116. This is the 8600 BM right here that I'm using. A good amount of power. It costs like $400 or $500. This is the only real flash that I've ever really used for real, outside of the 200 and a couple of pocket flashes like the TT600. So I'm gonna take the first shot. I'm 1/16 right now. 100 shutter speed, 8.0 f-stop, and 100 ISO. So Kennedy, go ahead, give me a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 3, 2, and that's perfect already. All right, so I'm just gonna take a few photos and you just, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. All right, 3, 2, and perfect. Switch it up. There you go, clean. So as y'all see, image on the screen, that's how things were looking. Real simple, real easy. Retouch it if you want. I'm gonna have all of these files that I shoot from these BTS and all these little moments right here for y'all to retouch as well. So feel free to download the images. They'll be like in a section on this Patreon for y'all to download them and try out yourself, because everybody that gets the Patreon, they also get a free, they also get my free retouching pack. All I honestly got for the clamshell reflector. Now I want y'all to just play with the light, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's that for that. So let's go ahead and swap to the next piece so I can show y'all how to do a one light setup regular. So as y'all can see now, full body setup we got going on right here. Still the same lighting position, same exact way, pretty much the same gist, except this time I have the regular reflector down here at the bottom. This is gonna be pretty much catch lighting up or everything underneath her chin, you know what I'm saying? Eyes, all this and that. That's what this is gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm shooting with a 105. I gotta swap it to the 24-70. Now I always shoot 24-70 in studio when I'm doing full body portraits. Really, I only use the 105 just for like, you know, headshots, close-up shots, stuff like that. And sometimes I don't even do that. I just zoom to 70 and I get up real close on the model. But it just depends on how I'm feeling. Settings, I told y'all, I don't really change anything except for the f-stop and the strobe light. So right now I went from 8.0 from the headshot. Now I'm on 5.6. Strobe light, I changed it to 132 plus 9. Don't forget the plus 9. And right now I'm gonna take a test shot and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That's a little bit too dark, I ain't gonna lie to you, so I want to brighten it up just a little bit more. I'm gonna go 116 plus 0.1. It's a little bit better right there. 116 plus 0.4. I like that a lot. That looks really good. So now that I have the look that I want on the image, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and move myself over a little bit to the shadow side. And this is the part where I actually get the image that I really want. Kennedy, I want you to sit up straight for me. Yep, just like that, perfect. Stay like that, 3, 2, and perfect. And that's a clean image right there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. How I would critique this photo right up in here. Of course, you already know, me personally, I like to edit. I don't like to edit anymore, but you know, depending on the location you're in, depending on the studio you're in, wherever you're at. We're right now in a studio that doesn't have a lot of space. We have enough space to be able to do this, but we don't have a lot. So me going over to the side, there's still a side of the wall that's being shown. All I'm gonna do in editing is basically just like fill that spot in. I'm gonna be showing y'all how to do all that in editing and all this and that as well. So don't be afraid, don't be scared. Perfect. 3, 2. And take that right arm. I want you to bring it over you can, yeah, on the chest, on the arm, however you want to do it. Just use it. 3, 2, and perfect. Reasons why I like shooting on the shadow side, it adds more depth and dimension. Like I said, makes it look a little more 3D. And overall, it just gives a more pop outish feel to the photo. You can achieve that straight on, but since I'm only using one light, it's gonna be kind of difficult to really get that pop out effect, especially when I'm using like a black backdrop. It's negative space. So when light hits off a negative space, it dies. If this was a white backdrop, the light would bounce off of the back and hit her in the back, because white isn't negative, it's positive, you feel me? White backdrops are gonna bounce, they're gonna spread light around. Anything white walls in the room, if I hit light on here, it's gonna bounce. Hit light on anything that's black, it's just gonna die. It's gonna stay right there where it is, it's not gonna go anywhere. That's why not much light is getting in the back end. So in order for us to get that pop out look, we need to, you know what I'm saying, shoot off at an angle a little bit in order to get that shadow side to get the actual pop off we need. That's pretty much how I do my portraits with a one light setup. It's real simple, it's real easy. So yeah, let me show y'all my actual one light setup in the studio that I literally use to rinse and repeat clients back and forth over and over and over. This is my main setup for everything in the studio. This is literally how I shoot, I wanna say 80% of my photos, 85% at least. This is what I do 85% in the studio every day, all day, whenever I have studio shoots. One big ass 7-foot parabolic, check it out. Y'all can see how the light isn't directly over Kennedy. It's literally off to the middle of the light is right here. Kennedy is all the way right here, you feel me? So the edge of this light is what's gonna be hitting Kennedy, which is gonna give it that soft look, you know what I'm saying? This is why I use this in the studio. So if you have space to get that, I recommend you get that. Same shit at the bottom, regular reflector to bounce the light. Since now the light is directly going down, it's gonna literally hit the bottom, bounce back up at Kennedy, and it's gonna light her up evenly. Let's take first couple of test shots. These are gonna be the same settings as what I used before. I'm gonna take it straight on first. So look at me, Kennedy, 3, 2, and smooth. So as y'all can see, same settings I use, but it's not bright enough anymore. You know why? Because I'm feathering the light now. So now I'm gonna have to up the power a little bit to 1/8. Let's see how that looks. 3, 2, and All right, we getting better, we getting better. The light looks way softer. Skin tone's popping a little bit more now. Let's go ahead, up it a little bit more. I'm gonna do like 0.4, 3, 2, and all right, now she looks a little too white, so we're gonna do 0.2. we're gonna do 0.2. Let's see, 3, 2, and that's perfect. That's what we're looking for. So now, once we get what we're looking for, let's go ahead and get off to the angle that I was talking about before. Like always go to the shadow side. And now we're gonna shoot just like this. So Kennedy, we're gonna take a couple shots. 3, 2, and just keep moving around with it like last time. Perfect, perfect. Clean, 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 clean. All right, and I think those are some clean ass images, I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, as y'all can see, with this lighting setup, it definitely lit up a lot more. Like I said, cause this light, it brightens everything up that it needs to brighten up, you feel me? The other light, way more dramatic, more directional, more of the background was darker than just, you know what I'm saying? More of the background was darker than what this umbrella right here did, because like I said, that first light, the smaller softbox is more directional. This one's more wild, so it takes a little bit more effort to tame this light, you feel me? But once you get it down, you get it down, man. I'm happy with this image right here, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had to choose, I would probably definitely choose this image right up in here. The only thing that I would do different though, I would take the stool and I would bring it, so go and put it on Kennedy real quick. So you ain't gotta do it, but I would literally take the stool and I would bring it up way further back. So I'll probably put it up in this area right up in here. That way I can make the background completely dark, because this softbox is also hitting the background a little bit, which is causing it to be like a little bit more brighter. But you could always fix all that shit in editing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like if you want a super dark backgrounds, you could always do that in editing. Me personally, I'm a person that likes to get it right in camera, but for the sake of this stuff right up in here, I'm not trying to take all day and do all this. And then I'm trying to give you guys like, you know, these tips and tricks and all that real quick, like, you know, quicker than, you know what I'm saying, quicker than majority of them YouTube videos and shit, in a cool, fun way, I guess, or however I do it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's pretty much how I do my one light setups for headshots, one light setups for full body shots. And yeah, man, shit. Hopefully y'all learned some shit. Any questions, please drop them. And yeah, let's get right, man. More shit on the way.
Follow me.